Hey, Joe here. I'm the custodian at ignitiondiecast.com, but this channel is mostly a video diary of my personal collecting, hijinks, successes, failures. Walk with me now as I open and talk about cars, trucks, and sometimes even action figures. I usually interject some sassy Gen X commentary about the hobby, tales from the toy aisle, and society itself. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment. Your opinion matters. Good morning. It's show and tell Sunday. Man, I think I like coffee more than I like even beer or ice cream. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. Happy Sunday. It's show and tell Sunday, but in lieu, I guess I'm going to show and tell a little bit, probably more show than tell. But this is the third day of this Porsche review, and I apologize that it's so unplanned and unorganized and crappy, I guess. But I'm going through this live, like I'm sorting through these cars on camera, and there's a lot of like delays and stops and starts and stuff. But we're in the final stretch. This is the final third episode of video of this Porsche review. So let me get my specs, because I'm going to be looking at the bottom of cars a lot, and I got my pen to check off the ones that we've already talked about. So yesterday I called this one the 911 Turbo 3.6. That was incorrect. This is actually the 911 Carrera RS 3.8, and it is Fast and Furious, and I think this might be the only one. This was the debut. There might be another one on the way or available. Haven't looked lately, but it's super nice, very heavy, awesome wheels. Probably in my top 5 Porsche, Hot Wheels Porsche cars that I have. So the 911 Turbo 3.6 is actually this little tuned one, and it only came in this. There is no regular version of the Turbo 3.6. It's a 964 generation 911. So I have the black one, have the purple-ish one that looks black, and then I have this white Target exclusive one. So I have all 3 of these that are out so far. Let me scratch that one off. The Porsche 911 GT2. Make sure this is it. Yes, the GT2. I have a few of these, 5 or 6, I guess. And I like this one a lot. Blue with tan interior. The 911 GT3, the regular, just GT3. And here's where it gets well, okay, let me show off a little bit. So I got this GT3R recently, and I do have the Rexy. Somebody asked about that yesterday, and the Roxy. So these 3 are all 3 of the GT3, 911 GT3R, and it's a 992 generation, which that part, that coating, the sub coating of the 911 confuses the shit out of me. I got it all straightened out once and wrote it down and memorized it, and then forgot it a couple days later. So I just don't bother. I mean, I know the old 911s, and then there's like six generations, the 930, and then on and on. But I don't. They seem to be out of order, so that makes it even more confusing. So this is a tricky one. There's 2 castings with the same name. The GT3 RS, which was the 991 generation. Here's an example of that. And then there was the GT3 RS 997 generation. So both called GT3 RS, but different. And you can see this one has a little mustache, that one doesn't. Pretty similar in general, but different generations of the 911. So hold on one sec. Yesterday I said I didn't have a 917 KH, but I do. I have two of them, in fact. These are the second tooling of the KH. The first one had, in fact, there's one with the same paint job that has the engine cover, bonnet, hood, comes up. So I don't have any of those, but I do have the second tooling. So technically I have a 917 KH. I showed you the LH. The one that I'm missing is it's just called Porsche 917. It debuted in 1970, ran for about 4 or 5 years, and then I think it came back as a retool. But suffice to say, I don't have that one, so that's one of the ones that I need to figure out how to get. So here's some real similar ones. This is the make sure, Porsche Carrera GT, and that is a really confusing aspect of Porsches. There was a 911 Carrera version, but then there was a whole nother car, a separate car that was not a 911 at all, just called a Carrera. And then they started using it for 911 again. So now you can buy a 911 Carrera, but you can no longer buy the Porsche Carrera GT or otherwise. But that's a nice pearl green one, and I think I have about 3 of these. The 918 Spider, there's like one that the casting was 2013, so I have this one. This is the 2013 casting of the 918 Spider. And then here's the more modern one, the current one, the 918 Spider. But I don't know, they don't really designate it as a year. This is just the current one. And this I think this is the most recent one. Let's talk about 959s. So here's the 959, just the regular old Porsche 959. And this one came with like 3 different wheel variants. There's a saw blade, which I have, or 3-spoke, which I have. I think a saw blade, this is the 5-spoke. So I have 2 of the 3 variants of this one. And here's the 959 1986 in the faux Rothmans livery. And then there's a 959 RLC that, thanks to John R., I have. This was a present from old boy. And that part's really cool. It's got a opening hood in the back. The 959 RLC. Then we get to the big body sedans. So here is the Taycan Turbo S, and this is the Hot Wheels ID version, and Spectre Flame Red, very nice. And the Porsche Panamera, and this funky yellow. And then the longest name in Hot Wheels history, in the whole realm of Hot Wheels, is the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid Sport Turismo. And This is the hybrid, and I think this is the Dollar General exclusive orange one. So that one, and then the last three. You ready? Let me check my notes here. So the 964 looks like a 911 to me. I just call it a Porsche 911, but this is the 964 Gen, and that's a really nice color. And then there's the 964 RLC, which was this one, and it's beyond Spectre Flame. It's like chrome, green chrome. And then lastly, last of all last, is the 993 GT2. And I think this is the most recent release of this. Came in like a Porsche 2-pack, something like that. So let me cross those off. And I think that completes the tour of the Porsches that I have. So here's a summary. So just as a heads up, I only collect 1/64 scale Porsches, and mainline, silver labels, premiums. I'll even like include like treasure hunts and super treasure hunts if I come across them, and chases obviously, and I have a few chases. So no scorchers, nothing motorized, and no pullback versions, and anything larger than 1/64 I cut off the list. So I think that's about, I have to do a final count, but I think that's 68 castings, different versions of Porsche cars that Hot Wheels has released. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that I don't have, just because I haven't acquired them yet. So that's the 98 Porsche Boxster. I have the Boxster Spider, but I don't have the 98 Porsche Boxster. The 911 GT2 Evo 993. I can't even really think of what that looks like. And as I said just a minute ago, the base 917, like the old one that debuted in 1970, don't have one of those. The Porsche 930 Turbo, which was kind of a weird one. You can get it. I realized that 3 of these come in a 50th anniversary set where the Porsche 550 Spider came out of. The other 3 cars in that set are 3 cars that I don't have, and one of them being the 930 Turbo. There's a red one in that set, so that might be something in my near future. The Porsche 935, the Corgi casting, I don't have one of those. The 944 Dirtmeister, which was like a RLC, or wasn't a mail order, it was like a RLC exclusive, I think, and I never ordered it. And there's an Elite 64 963, which is a racing prototype model. That it's possible that that's not out yet. So it's starred because I don't have it, but I don't even think that anyone can buy it yet. So it might be coming later this year. The RWB Porsche 930 RLC version, which is really, really fancy and really expensive. Don't have one of those yet. I can see myself getting one of those eventually. And then there's 2 Porsches that are coming this year that aren't available yet. There's the 97 Porsche 911 GT1. It's in a set called the 90s Supercars. Actually might be arriving. Like, I saw it on eBay, but I didn't take note if that was from Malaysia or not. But it's very new, and I'm sure I'll have that car by the end of the year. And then in a future case, either the N case or the P case, is a 911 Turbo Cabriolet. It's like a dark purple with pink interior. It's really weird looking, but that's not out yet either, so I don't have that one. So there's 10 that I don't have, 8 legitimately just haven't gotten them yet, and then 2 that I have a feeling aren't, well, I know for a fact aren't really readily available just yet. So hope you enjoyed that, and I don't have it available to me right now, but somebody asked how many Porsches I have altogether. I did a count, and I'll post that as a comment on this video so you know how many total we're talking about. But I think it's literally only about a quarter, maybe a third at best, of all the Porsches that do exist in the Hot Wheels realm. And we're not even talking about Matchbox. There's probably as many Matchbox as there are Hot Wheels. So happy Sunday. Hope you went to church this morning. I'm posting this really late for me, and I almost forgot about my coffee. And talk to you tomorrow for Muscle Car Monday. Later.